Hello, it's YolowhatamI here, and today we are going to look at top 5 interesting things of FL Studio. Yes, FL Studio, the most beloved DAW on the market today. All the top professionals are using it, such as myself. So these things are just some random things that I thought were cool inside of FL Studio, and there's probably other things like them in other DAWs, but I just think these were pretty neat and weren't necessarily things I knew about instantly when I used FL Studio, and some that I forgot about when I learnt new things. So let's just jump right into the video. So first of all, we're going to look at FL Keys. FL Keys actually has a pretty interesting thing because it has some extra things like Rhodes and a organ sound, but this is the Rhodes, and you have all these features. So it's pretty cool. And then you can obviously make it like softer or harder sounding. You can also tweak decay time. And the release, if you desire. You can also have an overdrive, but it's not as great as just like fruity distortion. Fast distortion. You can make it mono and you can make it stereo. You can also change the treble amount. And you can muffle the highs if you desire. So it's pretty cool, pretty amazing. You can also do the organ, which is also kinda cool. You can also change the hardness of this as well. And of course the decay and all these other options. So it's really cool. I enjoy it. Next up we have the sampler. And now what we are doing in here is first you gotta go get yourself a sample. So let's go over and grab something. I'm just gonna go into packs and grab an instrument or something. A legacy one, because they have the things, the wavs, the wavels, the wavels. Steel drum time. So what you can do is use these pre-computed effects, which is something interesting. You can clip and boost. You can adjust an EQ tilt. Add some ring modulation. Which is really cool. You can add just a cutoff with some resonation. We got reverb as well. And some stereo delay for all of your stereo needs. Also pogo, which is like a blail, it's like a laser beam. Pew pew pew. So it's really cool. I enjoy it. The next interesting feature is to do with Fruity DX10, though you can do it in any other, but this is just simple enough to do it on effectively. So what you do is you go to here and you go randomize, and this just changes all the things and gives you an interesting new sound. You just keep doing this and seeing what you like, and just get something that sounds coolio, amazing, dopelstein. Sounds really cool. And then you can take it a step further by going into the mixer. You can route it to any channel and just obviously do some cutting here. You could put some editing on it, and now you can just record in the sounds like this. Like here. And now you can just crop it like your best crop top, and then go ahead, trim that baby up. Trim it real good. And then you can just sample it and use it, and it's cool, and mess with it, you know. It's really cool. I enjoy it. Sound like a robot. The next one we have is pretty cool and epic, if I do say so myself. It's MIDI out, and what you can do with this is put it on a mixer effect. Well, you get a mixer channel, and then you put this fruity LSD on it, and then you have this thing, and then you go back to the MIDI out, and then you make sure that the port number matches the number on there. And now you can play a sound, which is coolio. And you also add reverb and chorus, but they're not amazing, so whatever. But here you can just choose from a bunch of random sounds that are based from your like systems, device, just general MIDI. So it's really cool for just getting some instant sounds in there. They're not the greatest sounds, but you can use them. Really cool for certain things. But that was that. It's really cool. I enjoy it. Should use it more, but whatever. Next up is the big kahuna, the big mama, the patcher. Patcher is really cool because you can practically just like layer up like anything you want. I mean, aside from like a few things, like just certain things. Usually a lot of the FL stuff doesn't work, such as Fruity DX10 doesn't work, and also like I think 3X Oscillator maybe, but I'm not sure, I can't remember. Sampler definitely doesn't work, I don't think, but FL Keys does. And then you can also have Boo Bass, and then you can layer these together and create a cool sound, which is really cool. And you can mix in the amount of volume. Then you can also just go in and also add effects, which is cool. because then you don't have to use a mixer space, channel space. And then you can also just affect the single instruments and not the other ones. So it's really cool for layering and just creating chains of instruments. Cool way of sound designing and such. But you can also use it as like a kind of thing here where you can create your own kind of like plugins in a sense, and you can add like buttons and such. You got a button here and then it adds a knob here. You can put that into something and assign it to a device on it, and then you can switch that on and off if you want, and then that basically is just turning it on and off like this. But like, you know, obviously you could just use something better like a knob for that kind of thing, because it's better. But I don't know why I chose a button, but it's really cool, so I really enjoy it. Anyways, these are all of my features and things for FL Studio that you can do, which are pretty interesting and cool, and you should use them because they help out a lot. So that's it. Remember to do this, here, do it. And now I'm going away forever. Goodbye, my people. I'm going off to the supermarket. I'm going there tonight to buy myself a house.